once again for another vibe coding session. I'm Calvin, your host. With me is Jordan, our engineer. Today we're making mobile apps with Bloom. So tell me, Jordan, what is Bloom? I know it's like a V0 livable alternative,
Yeah,
low code,
so
no code. Yep.
you guys probably know about Guizo, Weblet, Lovable, the web builder tools. So Bloom is similar to that, but it is specifically for mobile apps. So today we are going to build something on Bloom.
Nice.
Let me share my screen.
Okay, I'll put it on. All
Can you
right.
see my screen? Okay.
Yes, we see your screen. How does this differ? Let's see. It's using Claude.
Yes, it has multiple models that we can choose from, but of course we are going to use Claude. We can select auto. And let's
Mhm.
look at the plan first. The free plans has 350 credits per month with 100 megabyte file storage. But today we are not touching the database. We might for a stretch goal, but for today, live stream, we are going to make a simplify COTI block explorer. So what it's like. So if you go to mainnet.cotiscan.io, we are going to create a simplified version of this. We are going to have the stats of the COTI blockchain, and also we are going to add a feature where we can search for address and see the transaction of that address. But let's see how Blooms does this. So on the Bloom interface, we can upload files, we can choose library. There's nothing in the library. And the downside of Bloom, after I've done some research about it, since it is specialized for the mobile apps, it cannot install certain packages that are for web development. So today I'm going to focus on front end side, which is just calling APIs to the block scout. So let's get started. Let's look at the API that we are going to call and let me explain what those are. So we are going to use a stats endpoint. So to go to this page, you go to mainnet.cotiscan.io and click on API and Block Scout Core API. We are going to use the stats endpoint, which is the stats of the blockchain. And also we are going to use the address hash to get the information of that address and also to get the transactions of that address. So let's get
Okay.
started. There will be a simple application.
Wait, and that's the COTI scans API.
It is, yes, it is built on top with a block scout.
Oh, Block Scout. Okay,
And it
perfect.
is connected, yeah, it is connected to the integrated to the COTI blockchain. So I prepared a prompt and let's see how I structure my prompt. So I tell Bloom to create a mobile app called COTI Explorer. But of course, this is a simplified version. I want to use dark theme and give it some color codes in hexadecimals. And this is, I stated to Bloom that this app is front end only. It does not need database or authentication or any backend. And do not set up Convex. So Convex is the backend services that is used by Bloom. And I also stated that home screen should show a title of COTI Explorer. It should fetch network stats from this endpoint and display these. I've never tried this before, but we'll try it together. If there's any errors, we are going to debug it. So let's start with this prompt.
All right. So so the reason why we want front end only is because all the information is getting called from the API, right?
Correct. And
Yeah.
there are no confidential data that we need to do on the server side. That's why
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it in the front end. So you
All right,
might wonder
initially.
why Bloom allows us to like show the mobile preview here,
Mm-hmm.
even though we're on the web. So Bloom is using technology, not technology, a stack called Expo, which is React Native. React Native is what developers use to develop applications for mobile phones, for Android or iOS. And Bloom's use the Apple features, which is called Apple Clips, if I remember it correctly. It allows us to test the application without actually installing it on our mobile phone.
Okay. And can this be published into iOS directly? No, right?
To put it on iOS, we need to connect to GitHub and use that code on GitHub to publish it on iOS. But of
Ah,
course, there will be some steps between that. But Bloom does support that for you, but it's not supported on the free plan.
oh, of course. You gotta. Nice. But that's pretty cool that it's made specifically. I mean, I think I saw vibecode.dev. That also has a similar selling point, which is you can vibe code and then publish it in on iOS and Android
Yeah,
directly.
and I heard the Apple is probably
I saw that too.
yeah
They're yeah they're trying to they're looking at maybe slowing down
yes
vibe coded apps
yeah
from being published on their app store.
yeah
What is that purple brain thing at the bottom next? That's next to Opus 4.6 and Max.
is probably using
Oh, how many tokens? Maybe.
yeah. But I want to test how Max consume the credits.
Yeah, because 350 ever depends on how.
On Bloom, I don't think it's much. I think it depends on how the credit system works on each
Yeah.
platform.
Because 350, if, if that's like 100 per prompt, 100 tokens per prompt, that's only 3 prompts. That's kind of rough per month.
Yeah, we have 350, and we already consumed like more than half of it.
That is not much at all, especially if it's per month. Yeah. But that dashboard does look nice.
It's actually pretty cool. I think it's actually really good for like mobile developers because most of the time we are seeing people like wipe coding on for web applications,
Yes.
but now there's a wipe code builders for mobile applications. But I wish it has more credits to build on. I'm not sure with this credits we might not get to the phase where we're trying to uh, fetch the data of the address. Error detected.
Ew. Looks like it fixed itself.
Like it's working. So the wallet lookup, if I assume it correctly, I don't think it will work. I will grab an address from COTI Explorer and let's search for it. I think it's
Transaction 0 token.
wait,
Your app is healthy. What's that error that it detected?
watching for file changes. I think it's fixing or not. No,
I think you gotta
I'll
press.
fix it later after we test it. If the app does render.
It was working. Now it's not.
Okay. So back to COTI mainnet. I think it's rounding up the blocks, and also total transactions is accurate. So we now confirm that it can fetch to the mainnet API, but we are going
Yep.
to also test the wallet search. Note that I didn't tell it to implement this feature yet.
It added by itself.
Yeah,
It is Opus.
I think there's issue with something. Let's fix it. But behind the scene is like TypeScript code, because in the end it's just React, but it is React Native, which is for mobile applications. And I like when I was tinkering with Bloom, I like this backend dashboard where you can see um, the health of your services, the data, if you have any, and the files for uploading files. It's actually really easy for non-technical users, non-developers, just builders who want to try something else.
So it has its own backend.
Yes, it is using Convex as the backend service.
Okay. Convex.
I think the Max is actually consuming a lot.
A super base alternative? Convex? I've never heard of it till now.
For I'm not sure about that too. I'm not sure if that is alternative because I've never heard of the name when it comes to the comparison with Supabase or Mongo. We might run out of credits, but I do have another account on my work email here. This one has only 120 credits. I would say the downside is the credits actually,
Goes away very fast.
yep,
But I mean, like if you're able to create something and actually publish it onto the App Store, I think that would be worth it. You know.
yes, exactly, because it does help save your time a lot with
Yeah.
that feature.
Because I have come to you before and you're like, okay, now how do I turn my web app into a native application? Because it is it's annoying to use
Yeah,
to constantly use web apps on your phone.
yeah, yeah, because these are things like most people don't realize is the difference between the, like if you tell Weezer to create or a website to make a, I'm not sure if it is updated yet. If you tell it to make a website of something, you cannot turn it into a mobile applications.
Yeah.
And also one thing I like about Bloom is it has preview on device, which you can preview on your device.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you
You
can
can
test
set
it
it to your
directly. Correct. And it is using a Apple Clips feature, which is not like, it is not like opening from it. It will give you the links, but the experience is not like opening the web browser.
Can you send it to anyone's device?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think you can.
let me see.
I want to open. I'll copy it and put it in
Inbox.
here. Yeah, it did being deployed on the sandbox. And I'll just grab someone address and let's check it. The UI, first off, the UI looks, I would say, plain and
Minimal.
bland. But I will
It's
show
minimal.
you the things I've been playing with yesterday. Use just simple prompt. Maybe it because I'm telling it to use this color theme. That's why it came up like this. So go back to our first prompt. I'm not sure if you can go back there. Yeah. You can see that I only tell it to create a home screen, which with COTI Explorer title on the top, and fetch network stats from the API. And also below the stats should show a search bar where users can paste a wallet address and tap a search button. Searching navigates to a wallet detail screen, passing the address. So we didn't tell it we want the feature of showing the wallet details. Yeah, the transactions. But now it's I think it because of the Claude model that think forward of what we actually want. That's why it created this page for us. But since we have like 38 credit left, I'll try this prompt. I'm not sure if the credit is going to cover it, but let me try this.
38 prompts is
30 credits.
38
I wonder
credits.
what if I merge two prompts and use it on another account. Well, wait a second.
Is
So
there
this
a way
time
to
I'm
roll
going
back the previous version in this one? Doesn't seem like it.
roll back.
Roll back.
You mean the button for rolling back?
Yeah.
Hive. I think there should be around here. Oh, also, and the one thing I like about Bloom is the logs that you can see it here on runtime. You don't have to open developer tools. And you can check the backend log, which is, I would say, which is like more user friendly comparing to the builder tools that I've been using, that we had to go to certain links in order to get access to the logs. But I will try with this prompt just to see if it can get us with wallet transactions. Have you ever made a mobile app before? Or tried to do it?
We made a game before.
You made it.
Endless runner game.
Which one? Oh, that one.
Runner. Yeah, like a what is it? The Temple Run type game.
Yeah.
Or Subway Surfer. I've done that before. But yeah.
Were you using any AI tools?
AI didn't exist back then. We didn't even have ChatGPT. This is 20, late 2019, early 2020. So yeah, no, not yet.
Calvin, I want to share something interesting, which is credit depth feature. I don't even know it exists because I never wished this before.
Oh, you paid off once you oh my god. Oh, they actually let you be in debt.
I never linked to my credit cards. This is kind of concerning now. But I have to make sure how to credit that work. Let me search for
I
something.
mean, like maybe it'll just deduct from the next month's 350. That would make sense.
Well, that means if I am in debt with 100 million credits, technically the app is free, right?
Yeah. Technically, I guess. They got to make money somehow by putting you in debt. What? No. What's happening? Are you concerned about the debt? I've heard
Not
about tech
really.
debt though.
So it's a new word, credit debt. So as long as we can bill it, that's right.
Exactly. It'll just get removed from your next month's 350. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. I wonder what is the maximum here.
I I think it's 350 pretty much. I think it'll just cut you off. Total credit is 455.
But I mean, I'm like 100 minus 105 credits in debt, right?
Yeah. But I don't have you can't
Wonder.
prompt it anymore.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you can't go
Oh, I
anymore.
see.
It's so that you don't your project doesn't just get cut off, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
so they
Oh,
let
that's
you run
actually
it a little bit more.
it's actually very smart because I hate when like it cut off and I have to like reprompt it and I
Yeah,
don't know where it is stop midway.
yeah. Like maybe it's halfway through fixing, and then it gets
Yeah,
cut off and it breaks, and then
exactly.
that's it. But now the big question is, does it work?
Hope it works. I'm already in debt.
Looks like
Wow.
it.
Yes,
Zero
it
five.
is.
What was that? Recent
COTI
transaction.
balance.
Zero COTI.
I want to compare with the real
Oh, it's
COTI.
the decimal is just too low. It rounds up to the highest to the first
Oh
integer.
yeah, correct.
That, but it's because we gotta set it to like I don't know 10 decimals or something.
Yeah, so the fetching works, and I think it works like the other builder tools, like the features you are expected. If you're using Claude as a model, I know that you can expect that a good result. But the thing that makes Bloom stand out from my perspective is the ability to preview on your phone, on your iOS, as a native app, and also on an upgrade plan, you can publish it on iOS. But of course, you have to apply for iOS developers thing for you to push your apps on the App Store.
And also you have to pay to be the developer. I think that's like what $100
Yeah,
a year.
100 bucks
Yeah,
per year,
yeah,
which is I don't think it's expensive if you're like if your app is like gaining revenue.
yeah.
I want to show the one I was playing around with yesterday, but I cancel it because it takes so long to build. It tries to covers all the backend and stuff.
Spinning up your playful workspace. Playful
Is
workspace.
it simple to do apps? I'll give it 10 more seconds.
Like a to-do list.
Yeah, a simple to-do list with with the features of collaborations, meaning that you can share your notes with your friends. But that comes to setting up a database, but it's not setting up yet. Yeah, but I just want to cover that Bloom can make the backend service, also can have database. But of course, when you're building application using builder tools, the cost of these built-in stuff is going to be more expensive than doing it manually if you're engineers.
Hmm. Yeah.
Just think of like paying for comfortability. Okay, never mind. Let's see the UI
Oh, wow,
here.
they
This
did.
is this the UI is actually pretty clean, right?
Yes, it is.
And this is the prompt I use.
Shareable to do. It's very simple, but it actually makes
Yeah, but the
the
UI is
Canva
like a very modern application,
join.
which is
Oh, it's actually very nice.
actually pretty cool.
For the first for the first time you build it, it's great.
Yes,
New
nickname for this board, live stream.
new live stream. Did you make it? Oh, oh, there we go.
It
New.
is.
Oh,
I want to check on the
that is so
database.
cool. Kind of concerning that
Yes,
anyone
it
can
is.
just join anyone's live, anyone's board.
And you see the UI design. It's
Ah, it's
actually
cool.
very
All right,
user
I
friendly.
think it's very nice, but there it's a lot to scroll down to.
Yeah.
Make your next win obvious. Open together.
Okay,
That's
so
pretty cool.
back to our COTI application. I think that
Nice.
is pretty much of what I want to cover today. Is about Bloom and how can we do the simple API fetch. And you can also
Okay.
see the example that a simple prompt can also create a database and backend service. And that's pretty
All right.
much for Bloom for today.
Well, but before we sign out, would you? What is your favorite no code app at the moment?
No code app. Well, I've tried for especially for web applications, right?
Yeah.
Web application. I haven't touched AI Studio for too long since it updated, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure how good it is. But the latest one that I've tried is which is Replit, and I like it.
Right. How?
Yeah,
What's
is
the
Replit
pricing
is
like compared this to Replit?
comparing this to Replit. I think it served
Yeah.
different purpose.
Yeah, I mean this one to goes into the app store, but can you turn? Okay, I think you can make mobile apps with Replit, but there's a lot more steps, right? You have to start prompting it to build
Yeah,
on React Native.
correct.
Hmm.
But
So not impossible.
I'm not sure how the preview will work because Replit is built. From what I know, Replit is built for web applications,
Hmm.
and the preview is probably supporting the web applications. If the code is built in React Native, I'm not sure if it will able to preview that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it served different purposes. But for mobile applications, I would give Bloom a shot if I have a chance to build a mobile applications.
So you'd use this.
I would use it if I have to create a mobile application.
Okay. Right. Yeah. I think I would use this too, but it'll be interesting to compare this to vibecode.dev because I haven't used vibecode yet.
Me too.
Yeah, maybe that could be a future live stream. I think that is all, right?
Yes, that is all.
Very simple mobile application. Well, thank you everyone, and everyone that tuned in. Once again, don't miss this chance to see more resources for you to vibe code your own mobile apps. Subscribe to COTI YouTube channel and set your reminder to join more live stream every Tuesday. Stay COTI.